It's week 5 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Najee Harris. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Steelers and the Ravens. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They're led out by the second-year pro out of Pitt, looking for a big jump in year 2, Kenny Pickett.
Pickett didn't quite lead Pittsburgh to the promised land in his first season as the hometown kid and franchise quarterback, but he did impress once he got in the field. Winning 7 games helped keep the vaunted streak of non-losing seasons alive in the Steel City.
Looking to throw right away, Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Dancing to his left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Pickett. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. Play action, Pickett. Here's Johnson with an interception. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Pickett sets up play action. Buying time under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kenny Pickett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The option right is Jackson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he will have a Ravens first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. On 2nd down, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. Now it's Jackson. To eat this one as down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Jackson. Themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Jackson on first down. To the sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Tucker's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we reach halftime here in this. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. Now they'll fake the jet sweep, but now here's Pickett off play action. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Finds Pickens out right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards. Run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was brought down by Devontae Casey.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Here's Jackson to throw. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Ball resting on the 20. This is 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Steelers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing, Jackson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. A call and luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you need.
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use 1 of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Jackson. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for the Steeler touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for 2. Pickett will try to throw for this. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.
The players on your team quickly upgrade your team at the end of each.